Hi again, welcome back to the channel. This is Dan from Dan Reviews It All, and today we're going to talk about the Tefal Actifry Express XL because you need a big one if you have a family. The little ones don't quite have enough space in them to do, if you're all having chips or something like that. So I recommend the Actifry Express XL if you have more than two of you to provide for. So let's jump into it. Now, I am by no means a chef, and this is why this sort of kitchen gadget really appeals to me. It makes a lot of the effort that's involved with frying things much more simple. You don't have to use oil with a lot of the products. You can just put the frozen stuff directly in there, and that's actually a good way of doing things like chips, because if they're frozen chips, the key is to not put oil in there because it will mush up the chips. If we go ahead and open the inside of it, it has this container that you can lift out, which you can just bring to the table, or you can use to take out when you're serving up. And it has this sort of mixer in the middle. I don't know how well you can see that because of the colour, the darkness. But it has this mixer in the middle, and that's what turns the product inside when you're cooking. And the way it works is it uses hot air to fry it, so quite a unique idea, much more healthier than the fat using oil and fat, so it reduces the overall fat content of the food you're cooking, and that's really important if you have children, I think, because they can't make their own choice on these things. So if you do want to do them some chips, it's best to keep them as low fat as possible, obviously without jeopardizing too much of the end product and the flavor, and this is exactly what that does. So the hot air comes from this heating element here and gets blown around this cylinder in here, and also then the little arm mixes the food as it turns around in the bowl. Now, when it comes to simplicity, this product beats all of the other Actifry air fryer sort of machines out there. I've tested a few, and this is by far the easiest and the best one to use. It isn't cheap. This one can range between sort of £180 up to £240, depending on the particular offer that you find, but it is by far the best of the products out there. You can get smaller ones. This is the XL, so I think this has got a 1.2 litre capacity. You can get ones that I think are a 0.8 or half a litre capacity, so if it's just yourself or if it's for just two of you, that would probably be fine. But generally, we're cooking for four of us, we would need a bigger one. Also, we have students, so on the odd occasion we might have one or two extras here that we would need to provide some for as well. But when it comes to simplicity, this is the guy. So there's a plus and a minus button at the top. Let me get you closer in here. There's a plus and a minus button at the top, and then just the start-stop button. So all you do is you hold down the plus and the minus button until you get to the desired sort of time, and then you press the start button, and that is it. It will start turning the little arm inside, and the hot air will come out and cook your chips. Now to stop it, you just press the button again. You can open it up, check out your chips or anything that you're cooking. You can do drumsticks, you can do nuggets, you can do sausages. You can check how they're doing. If you think they're not quite cooked enough, you can just close it. It will remember where it was, and you press it again, it will carry on. It is so simple. Now, when it comes to cleaning it, this thing does have a few little bits and pieces that you have to assemble and deassemble, and that is literally the only inconvenience to this. So you take the little arm that turns out, you can pop these little edges off, and the handle comes off if you want it to, but you have to unscrew it. So generally, if you're lazy like us, we just take this plastic bit off and put it in the dishwasher the way it is, and it's had absolutely no problems. This handle works absolutely perfectly, so I suggest that's probably the best way of doing it. It is a little bit fiddly, I suppose, but they can't really make something like this any easier, I don't think. It works very well. And that's it. Bit of a short video today because there really is nothing to it. It is as simple and straightforward as I've just demonstrated. And really, if you're worried about the sort of things you could cook in it, there is a little bit of trial and error involved. And yes, some things will go wrong, but the overall time you'll save in using this rather than using the conventional fryer and the health benefits to it are paramount. So that bit of food wastage that you might come across where you've overcooked something or something's got mashed up inside it where it's been turning and got sort of stuck with the food, that's a minor inconvenience. Also, if you are unsure, there's loads of stuff on the internet about sort of what to cook in the Tefal Actifry range, as well as they also provide a little handbook a lot of the time, depending on who you go with, that will give you some recipes and cooking options. As always, I will provide a link in the description to where you can buy this. I'll look for some of the best offers around. And if you do decide to buy through my link, it will provide me a small commission which helps me do these product reviews and pay for the equipment involved. If you do like my reviews, please hit the like and subscribe button. I'll be trying to keep it up to date as much as possible. So far I've really only done kitchen products, but I'm intending on doing all sorts of stuff, from really small products to really large products. So stay with me and we'll see what else we come up with.